Hello and welcome to Chattin Chupacabras FC, a podcast about the McKinney, Texas-based soccer team, the McKinney Chupacabras FC. I'm your host, Marcos. I'm excited to talk about some of the updates around the club and the past couple weeks since our last episode. Recently, an image of the kit being released has been posted on X, and I will say it looks fantastic. I cannot wait to get my hands on the kit that I receive for purchasing season tickets. And I guess now is a good time to talk about that. If you're interested in season tickets, I definitely highly recommend getting them. Especially if you're interested in getting a kit. I believe regular price of kit's around $80. The season ticket's $100, and you get a kit. So you're only paying $20 extra for those tickets to the games. You get a whole bunch of extras on top of that. They do have a higher tier system where you can pay, I believe it's $200, and you can get free food as well. And I think it's just a really, really great value. They do have a lower level package. I believe it's $60 that gets you access to all the games, but it does not come with the kit. I think if you're gonna get a kit anyway, you might as well go ahead and just get the season tickets with it, and be a part of the beginning of this club and get in early while you can. Like I said, they posted a picture of what I imagine is the away kit, the white one, and it looks awesome. It doesn't have a logo on the front, and I'm not sure if they're gonna put one on there, but it does look pretty awesome. I can't wait to get mine. Something coming up this week on Thursday, the 27th of March. They are doing the beer reveal party at Tups, so I'm excited about that. I'm gonna go check that out. Gonna see hopefully, what beer wins and what the logo looks like and things like that. I'm hoping it's the Hefeweizen. That is what I voted for. But again, like I said before, all the beers were pretty good, so I'm not that worried about which one it is. I'll gladly drink any of those. Now, as well as our beer being brewed by and sold at Tups, they've started carrying some merch for the Chupacabras. So if you're at Tups enjoying a beer, you can go inside of the tap room, and on the wall there you'll see some shirts and hats and things like that you can pick up to support the Chupacabras as well. And I just love seeing that stuff and more Chupacabra branded stuff around town. It's just it really gets me excited for the beginning of the season. It looks like they've got some hats and shirts and koozies and scarves, like I said. And then also they posted this on the Twitter. I wanted to go ahead and show it. If you're interested, they are still selling the inaugural year scarf for the Chupacabras. It's like this here on one side. It's kind of hard to see all in one frame, but for me, this is a beautiful scarf, and I love this. Has the logo on it as well, so it looks great. Again, these are only limited editions. It's only for the inaugural season, so I would go ahead and pick this up if you're interested. It's a good purchase. So let's see. It looks like the party for the beer release is going to have some canned Chupacabras beer available for purchase as a collector's item. So best believe I will be leaving with a couple of those. Just to touch on the season ticket options again, there are 3 tiers. You get the fan-friendly tier, which is $60 for adult and $50 for youth. You have the premium, which is what I'm getting. The premium comes with a kit as well as the games and a bunch of other extras that you can see on the website. That one's $100 for an adult, $80 for a child. Again, it includes a kit, which the kit by itself, which is a jersey, is going to be about $80, I would say, retail probably. So you're basically getting the tickets for free if you're paying for the kit, or you're only paying $20 for 12 games. So not a bad deal at all. And then they do have the VIP field side as well, which is also an awesome deal because it includes food and it includes everything else that comes with the previous 2 packages as well. But if you're looking to have some food involved with your package, then definitely check out the VIP. So moving on, they did hold a second tryout session for the Chupacabras last weekend. I was unable to attend, but it seems like they also had a very large turnout, and if it was anything like what the first one was, I would say that we're going to have a huge pool of talent to choose from, and we should be able to field a really strong team. I'm excited to see whenever the team is announced and go into detail and look at who are these kids or young adults that are going to be playing for and representing our city. Also, I just want to shout out to whoever made the promo video for the second tryout that showed a lot of the highlights from the first tryout on Twitter, on X, I'm sorry. That was a great job. The video is awesome. It got me so hyped. Super pumped about that. Some of the other things that want to talk about real quick are that the USL started. USL, the championship, and USL 1, they started in the past couple weeks here, and the games have been really good. You can watch them on YouTube. You can watch them on ESPN Plus. They're very readily available, and I highly suggest, if you're interested in watching any kind of soccer, and like right now it's international break, so I haven't been able to watch any Aston Villa really, or if you want to watch a game on a Friday night or something like that, tune into one of these USL games, because they're good games. They're high pace, high action, and you'll see a lot of teams you've probably never heard of before. So it's really nice to kind of get to see some of these different kits, some of these different badges that they have, the different cities that they're in. You'd be astounded at some of the cities that have a club, and you see these clubs playing, and they're booking out these stadiums. They're not huge stadiums, but they're definitely filling them out. So that's really cool. And that will lead me into what we're talking about, which was a huge thing that came out recently through the USL, is that they have said that they're going to go ahead and move forward with promotion and relegation. And that probably won't start until about 2028. And it's kind of not clear necessarily of who all will be included in that. So as you know, the Chupacabras are in the USL 2, and I'm not sure if initially the USL 2 will be encompassed in that ProRel system. I hope it is, but it looks like one of the issues that they may be running into is that the U.S. soccer, United States Soccer, basically the organization who runs soccer in the United States and sets the standards for what can be a pro level team, they have a lot of stipulations attached. So like the stadium has to hold a certain number of players, but and I'm not sure what that is off the top of my head, but I know from listening to other podcasts and stuff like that some of the stadium requirements that they have for the MLS, or if you want to have a pro level team in the United States, are higher than that of some of the, not bigger clubs, but some of the clubs in the EPL currently. So like Ipswich, or some of these smaller clubs that are in the the EPL, they have smaller clubs than what, like, say FC Dallas or smaller stadiums, I'm sorry, than what, say, like FC Dallas would have, or like, say, what LA plays in, or Miami. They have smaller stadiums than that, and they are still substantial in their community. So I'm hoping that the U.S. soccer will realize that I don't think the size of your stadium really has much to do with how much support you can garner from your community. I think it really just depends on how much you are involved in your community and how much it means to your community, how much the team means to your community. Like for me, I would have no problem going and supporting a club that was small and close to my home that I care about and I have real invested interest in. And again, watching them go from the USL 2 all the way up to the championship or the premier division that they're going to have would be a dream come true for me. And so I'm hoping that they kind of are a little more lenient. Another thing that they kind of want is that the city that the teams are based in have to have a certain population, which again, I don't know how much that really matters. I mean, if you're going to some of these, like here in McKinney, I think we probably are close to, 1 million, maybe less than 1 million people, but we're close. And so we wouldn't really have that much trouble, I don't think, getting satisfying the population requirements. But I mean, if you're in a smaller town or in a smaller state that has less people, like if you're in Nebraska or something like that, not in Omaha, but if you're somewhere else in Nebraska, maybe you're a regional team and there's just not that many people in the area, but you have that much support, or you have that good of a team that you can get promoted. I think you should be able to get promoted and play. On unfortunately, that's above my pay grade and not something that I get to decide. So we will see. Again, 2028 is when they're planning on going forward with Pro Rel, and that's again so exciting to me, and I'm really hoping that it kind of puts a little bit of fire under the MLS's ass and gets them on the ball. Maybe I don't know if they'll ever work together with the USL, or if they'll just kind of change their structure a little bit to make their what they're offering a little more enticing to someone who's more like a European soccer style supporter. But we'll see how it goes. So again, very exciting stuff. That's exactly what I wanted, and what a lot of people have wanted is for the USL to implement Pro Rel, and they're doing it. So very, very excited about that. The last thing I want to touch on, sorry, my allergies are going crazy. Last thing I want to touch on, there's been some more added sponsors that they've been announcing on X and on the website. One is Do 214, which is really cool. That's a very cool sponsor. They show a lot of events that are being hosted around town in Dallas, North Texas. Then we have the Off Duty Firefighter Service, Funky Monkey Shaved Ice, and Donut Envy. So I'm hoping that we'll see some of these, like the shaved ice and the donuts, being offered at pre-game or post-game at Tups or at the stadium. And that was another thing I really wanted to kind of touch on too. I'm hoping that, because I think what the plan is to have some pre-gaming at Tups and then potentially some post-gaming at Tups as well, or vice versa. And I'm wondering if there's any way we can get some kind of shuttle service implemented from Tups to the stadium. They're not that far away, but if we can minimize the amount of traffic going down to that stadium from Tups specifically, just because it can get a little congested in that area. Also, you don't want everyone to be drinking and having a good time at Tups, and then, on the way to the stadium, something happens or something like that, worst case scenario. So that's just something that I'm interested to see if they implement some kind of shuttle system or something like that. I know that there's a bar called Jay Gilligan's by the Cowboy Stadium. You pay $5, people pregame there, and then they shuttle you to the Cowboy Stadium. That's more of a parking deal, but I think it would just help with congestion in the area, and just to get people to and from the bar or the brewery to the stadium and back in one piece. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I'm sorry it's been so long since I posted. I've just been very busy, and yeah, life happens. And so here we are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed what we talked about today, and I hope to see you guys very soon. My name is Marcos again. This is Chattin Chupacabras, and yeah, see you later.